right, let's see if we got this. Had to redo it. I'm just going to pull up YouTube and make sure we are, in fact, live streaming. All right. All right, we are live.
We're back.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to put this on the website. Hang on. Sorry guys, playing some technical difficulties. I had a feeling this was going to happen, and I was praying it wouldn't because I tested it a bunch of times, but even with all the preparation in the world, sometimes things happen. So we're gonna just update the website real quick with the new link, and then we will be good to go, hopefully. I'm gonna test this out and then we'll get started. Okay, let's see if we are live on SarasotaHomes.com. Yeah, there we are. All right. I tell you, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back in the game now. And so we are going to get started. Let me get rid of this.
How come we're not moving?
All right. So welcome everybody to our second broadcast. Could you tell? Could you tell that it was the second broadcast? We ran into some tech problems. We are ready to go. So we have a form on our website for SarasotaHomes.com to ask us questions. And, over the course of the week, we got a few questions from you. And one of the things that was asked that I want to hit right away was from Jennifer. She said, could you tell me, what's happening in the Palmer Ranch condo market right now? So, yes, actually, Jennifer, we can. We actually live in Palmer Ranch, so this is right in our backyard. This makes it super easy. You got the single-family home and the condo market, so we're going to do a little bit of a screen share with you and just kind of show you what's happening. So let's do that, and let's fire up our screen share. Hopefully. Residential trends. Sorry about that. All right, so this is actually a statistic. It kind of breaks down the statistics of the sales that have been happening in Palmer Ranch. This is for condos, not for single-family homes. Mm-hmm. The first thing that you want to look at is the market trends report, and basically it breaks it down into three areas. So your question is, what was the hell? What's going on in the market right now? It's really, Palmer Ranch condos is more of a buyer's market right now, and all of the Sarasota market in general is kind of shifting towards a buyer's market. We're really, in a lot of areas, still in that balanced category, which would have been like right around in this area here. What it's indicating is that there's 6.9 months of inventory for condos. So when you have a 6.9 month inventory level, that is by definition a buyer's market. A 6 month inventory level would be actually considered to be balanced. But if you notice here, 16.5% month over month. So we have had an increase in that months of inventory. And also you're looking at a decrease in the list to sold price. It's 93%. Mm-hmm. So what that means is that people on average are getting 93% of their list price. And that is down from about 94.4 the month before. So that's indicating that the market is softening a little bit. The median days on market is 38, which actually isn't too bad.
No.
What do you think, Cheryl?
No, it's better than single-family homes.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad market time.
Not a bad market time.
Particularly for condos. But you will see that it's 40% up over the month before, which was very low. The median condo price in Palmer Ranch is $428,500. or sold, the median sold price for those condos. That's really what I was looking for, which was a big increase. That's a big number.
That is a big number.
So, there's a wide range. We'll take a look at some of the condo options in Pomeranch, but if we scroll down here too, what you can see is just a median estimated value, and as what everyone knows is, that year from 21 through 23, it just kind of went crazy. So now what we're seeing is a little bit of a dropping off here. It's coming down, indicated negative 0.4% last month for the value. So things are starting to settle a little bit. If you look at a 12-month average for Pomeranch condos, it's down negative 1%. So all in all, I would say that it is a softening market, not only in Pomeranch, but in all of Sarasota. But I would say Pomeranch condos is hit a little bit harder than some of the other areas. Let's scroll down a little bit more. You can see active listings is on the rise. There's 88 condos for sale, according to the report when I ran it. And you can see median list price is $452 on the new pendings. These are the ones that just went under contract. So that gives us the most accurate data. So that's really, kind of where it's at. In comparison, if we take a look at like Lakewood Ranch, you'll see Lakewood Ranch has a 6.4 month inventory for condos compared to, the 6.9 for Pomeranch. So Pomeranch is a little bit softer. Matter of fact, when you're looking at Lakewood Ranch, the indicator is still that it's in balanced market there. What I thought was really interesting, Cheryl, was that 98.6% list to sold price.
That's very strong. That's a very strong number in any market.
I feel like that might be a little too strong.
And it says it's down 0.35%.
Yeah. So that's kind of where things are. Hopefully that answers your question as far as what the market is like there. And let's see, what else? As far as you asked, so what are some of the recommendations for condos in Pomeranch? I would say that there's a few. It really just depends on the price point,
It depends on the price point, and buying a condo in a Lakewood Ranch or a Pomeranch, you really have to know what kind of lifestyle you're looking for. Do you want a condo where you can just crash and you want to go to the beach, or do you want a condo that is in a neighborhood that has lots and lots of amenities? Because that changes everything.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of amenities, then you're going to have lower fees. But in a neighborhood like Esplanade, those condos are running in the fives, but then you have over $500 a month HOA fees, which cover all your amenities, and then you have your condo fee of probably $800 or $900 a month, which is the exterior of the building, the roof, the whole thing. And so just the hold cost on a condo in Esplanade is $1,400 a month.
Yeah.
$1,500 a month. I think that would be, So it depends what, do you want a place just to crash and have low fees, or what are your holding costs going to be? Because that's what it's about when you're living condo life.
Correct.
What are those costs going to be?
Yeah, so and like Cheryl said, there's a few condos for sale in Esplanade right now. This is coming from our website, SarasotaHomes.com. We have just about every neighborhood and condo building. So if you ever wanted to check these out, just go under Homes and then find Pomeranch Homes, and then scroll down to the Communities tab on the left-hand side here. It brings you to all of the communities that we have listed in Pomeranch. So these are all listed here, and then we just click on this one. So to break it down for you, there's a few for sale. Like Cheryl said, that the real positives are, it's an extremely social community.
Yes, it's a great community.
It's every time we bring someone there, we actually have a couple videos we did a couple years ago on Esplanade. But it's a really nice community there. You can see the pictures. If
you compare it to a neighborhood where you can get a condo like Palmer Oaks, you're not going to have the amenities, but you're also going to have far lower fees.
Yeah. Yeah, Esplanade is for the people that are really looking for a lifestyle. I mean, they've got a Bahama bar, which you'll see in these pictures. You got like an on-site, burger bar type of place. You got a fitness center. There's tons of social activities. There's a full-time activity director. There's tennis courts, pickleball. I mean, if you're looking for social aspects, it doesn't really get much better. No. What's also nice about this is that it's located has direct access to Legacy Trail. So if you're into, fitness and you like to walk or bike or just get any type of exercise, you can just get direct access. It's one of the few communities that has direct access to Legacy Trail, which also makes it really popular. And it's just a great location overall. So people love this neighborhood. I would say on the negative side, it's a little pricey as far as, what Cheryl was saying before on the condo fees. I think condo fees are in the 800 range right now. Yeah. 800 a month is a little pricey for some.
And then the HOA fee on top of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it's not just the condo fee. A lot of times if you're in a downtown condo, you don't really have an HOA fee. You have a condo fee, which includes the building, the maintenance, the roof, and all of your amenities. It's all kind of bunched into one fee. Here, in some of these more residential, you might have two fees to worry about, the condo fee and the HOA fee.
Right. So that is, really, again, it all depends on what your budget is, not only for the condo, but for the condo fees. But as you can see, there's definitely some available inventory over there right now. So that would be one option. If you're looking for something that's a little bit less fee, but still really nice community, I like Botanica. Botanica is a nice one, so we'll...
it is.
Pull that one up right here. Okay. Someone just texted me a question. All right, we'll get to that.
All right.
We got you. All right, so anyway, that's Botanica. So let's break it down. There's about 172 condos here. These are a little bit older compared to the Esplanade. They're 1999 to 2005. But you got some nice amenities, pool, spa, there's a clubhouse, there's a conference room, there's a fitness room there. I'll throw you some, there's one for sale. And what I really like about this particular neighborhood is it feels a little bit more residential.
It does.
It doesn't have that condo building feel to it. These feel more like residential homes.
And some of these condos were pretty spacious. Yeah. They have good space to them. You don't feel like you're in a cramped condo. Yeah.
So Botanica would be good. I on my positives, it's a well-kept community. It's gated. Great location. They feel like residences. That would be something that I would recommend for people. Built in the early 2000s. I would say, on the fee-wise, those are going to be in like the mid-sixes, $600 a month for your condo fee there. So that's kind of more like that middle ground condo for Palmer Ranch.
Right.
And then, everything that we're doing on our website, SarasotaHomes.com. And for instance, if I scroll up, I know I'm moving really fast for you guys probably, but this is the page for Palmer Ranch condos. And if you scroll down to here, you can look at photos, you can look at all the condos that are in Palmer Ranch and frequently asked questions. But if you scroll down a little bit more, there's a map here that shows the location of all these condos, and then you can click on this and it will take you to that page where you can learn more about that community. Mm-hmm. So what I like is just looking at the Palmer Ranch Condo Index, because you have that same map here, but you've just got a list with a summary of all the condos. So if you don't want to go through these page by page, and I can cut that down for you just by going straight to the condominium index for Palmer Ranch. So we've covered Esplanade, we've covered Botanica. Now, if you want a little bit more budget-friendly condo, I like Palmer Oaks. Let's scroll down and we'll find Palmer Oaks. That's right here. So it's 72 condos. It's not a real big community, but I'll tell you what, it's a great location. Mm-hmm. They're built around like a water. Like you'll see in the pictures, there's like a big lake in the center of this community. And they're all kind of like built around, so that a lot of them, I think almost all of them right there, have a nice little water view. There's a combination of condos and also single-family homes in there. But you know what? The condo fee, it's like in the 300s. It's like the mid-300s. So if you're looking for a condo that is going to feel a little bit more budget-friendly for you, but yet still be in an awesome Palmer Ranch community. I mean, I-75 super close.
Yeah, and it's about 7 miles to Siesta Beach.
Yeah,
so you're right off of Clark, and it's a straight shot.
Yeah, and Publix is literally like right across the street.
You could walk there.
Walmart's right next door, just up a ways. So that would be a recommendation if you're looking for something in like the mid-3 range. You don't usually see a lot of condos on the market at any one time in Palmer Oaks, but like there's one right now. It's a 3.2, $379,000, and it's got a water view, 1-car garage, corner unit. So that would be something that I'd recommend if you're looking for something more budget friendly. Now, when we get out of condos, we can jump into townhomes as well. I don't know if that's something that would be interesting to you, but as soon as we do that, we're going to jump out of the condos page and we're going to go to the homes, and we're going to go to Palmer Ranch. And I'm just going to scroll down a little bit and go to those communities that we were talking about. And there's actually a couple. There's Village Walk and Isles of Sarasota. Those are both really great communities. Here's Isles of Sarasota right here.
Yeah.
Really nice area.
Around the same time, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Isles, they're kind of like sister neighborhoods, Isle of Sarasota and Village Walk, but they're very social, they're friendly. You got nice large water views here. That is a really popular neighborhood. Now, one of the differences between Isles of Sarasota and Village Walk is that Isles is not a gated community, whereas Village Walk is.
Right.
But they have a very similar feel. They were built by the same builder, Devasta, and they both have the same feel. They have activities. They've got activity directors. So this would be, look, and they're big neighborhoods too. Isles of Sarasota is over 600 residences, and I know Village Walk is even larger than that. But you've got plenty of amenities, pickleball, you got tennis, there's walking trails. So all of that would be something that we would recommend for somebody that's interested in that Palmer Ranch location. And then you can see the price points, so you can get in there in the 4s for townhomes. A couple in the 4s, even one in the $379 range, which is nice. Okay. If we go down and scroll a little bit more, we got Village Walk, which is the sister neighborhood. So this, it's a gated community, super popular. People love this neighborhood. They always have. Every time we show it, it's always at the top of the list. Over 1,100 residences here.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for,
Well, when it was built, it was an interesting concept because they had a gas station inside the neighborhood, a post office, a hair salon, some stores, just general stores, a cafe. So at that time, it was a little bit of a head thinking, a little more forward thinking in the development of Village Walk. You either liked it or you were like, this is weird.
Yeah. That's how we were when we moved here in 2003. Swear to God, we tell this story all the time. We went to the Lakewood Ranch Visitor Center. We didn't know. We really had no idea what this Sarasota area was all about yet. And it was just, it was built, but it was
very young.
Very young in building. There wasn't a whole lot out there. It felt very rural.
You were driving past cows.
And,
there was not. Yeah.
And I remember that at that time, the visitor center, they still had a visitor center there, and the person was giving us a rundown, and she kept referring to the ranch. I think she even had an English accent. She was like,
Maybe.
We've got schools on the ranch. We've got grocery stores. You never need to leave the ranch. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be in the ranch.
I know, yeah.
But actually, Lakewood Ranch is awesome.
It's great.
But it's so self-sufficient. They have everything.
Yes.
It's like kind of its own city.
And you weren't seeing those type of self-sufficient master plan communities at that point.
Not to that scale.
That's sort of what made it. You just had to have an open mind.
So that, Jennifer, hopefully that answers your question. I mean, we pretty much took the entire 30 minutes to answer that question. So we're going to continue on. I mean, there's other things that we could talk about. There were a couple other
what was that text message you got?
Question. Oh, yeah. So, all right, hang on.
About that person.
So, well, somebody just said, let me look here. Well, this is a pretty basic, question as far as what timing, like what's the best timing to get into the market. And we touched on this in our first episode. It's really hard to time the market. And the answer is going to be different. There is no standard answer, And I know the joke is out there that realtor's always going to tell you it's that right now is the best time. That's what every realtor says. No matter what time of year it is, whatever the market's doing, it doesn't matter. And that's not really true at all. And my clients will tell you there are some times when I tell them, no, this isn't right. We've told them that.
Yes.
And then there's times where, we say it is right. And so it just depends on what your situation is. So if a buyer's coming in, if you're telling me you're a first-time home buyer and you want to get into this market, I would say that right now is a great time to get into this market. It is a little bit slower, as we looked at with the Palmer Ranch statistics. It's really it carries through most of the neighborhoods in Sarasota right now.
Yes, it does.
You can you can make offers. Sellers are negotiable. You can negotiate all kinds of extra terms. We had a new construction buyer recently, brand new. This is the first residence he's ever owned, and he got a great screaming deal on new construction. Incentives, buy down in the insurance or the interest rate.
Yeah, it was a nice house too. It was on. It had a water view. It had impact glass, quartz, soft close cabinetry. It was a really, really nice house, and they gave him it's almost $60,000 off the price of the house, plus $26,000 towards closing costs. So they bought down his rate. It was good.
Yeah. And that's
builders are doing that now. So you got to get on the train at some point, right?
Yeah, we have that conversation a lot with people. Is like, I can't tell you how many clients that we've had over the years. We've known this 23 years that they just failure to launch, we call it. They're everyone. This is what I'll tell you is that no matter what the market is, everybody is afraid that they're buying at the top. Yeah. Everybody, no matter when you're doing it.
People were saying that in 17.
Yeah.
In 18, in 19, and then look what happened.
And we've had clients that have not pulled the trigger that really wanted to be here, but they were worried about what the market was going to do, and now fast forward 4 or 5 years later, that house is double now. So is it right for everyone to buy right now? I would say no. We expect once the election's over and we get into 2025, we expect activity to ramp up, because by then the interest rates are going to jump again or jump down again. They have been ticking down. We're at like 6.25 right now, which is 3/4 of a point higher than it was a year ago. I think that's the lowest that we've been since February of 23.
Right.
There's a Fed rate. They're expecting a Fed rate cut next week. However, I wouldn't. From what I'm reading, it doesn't seem like people are expecting the mortgage rates to drop because of that, because I think that's already kind of baked in, that we're expecting that rate drop to happen. But they do expect to do a few more rate drops, and we know that there's a lot of buyers on the sidelines right now that are just kind of waiting for the election to be over. They're waiting to see what prices are doing. There's a lot of reasons, but if you are a first-time home buyer, if you're trying to get into the market for the first time, this is a great time to do it. You don't want to be competing with the cash buyers when they jump back into the market again.
Right, which Sarasota, historically, it's a lot of people coming in and buying with cash.
Yeah.
We don't see, too many, probably, 3 out of 10? Financing?
Yeah, the last few years it was so few, but now people that were having trouble financing before, or at least finding inventory before, they are finding inventory. They're finding things that they like, and now that they can put them under contract. So that is, we would need to speak with you to learn a little bit more about what your goals are and how long you're going to live here. I mean, if you're going to move next year, I'd say, maybe you want to rent. But, if it's more than a year, let's talk. We'll take a look at what area you want to buy in and kind of judge from there, because some of these areas are different. Like downtown condos right now is still a seller's market. It's still, softening, but it's a seller's market compared to, say, Palmer Ranch that is a buyer's market. So,
and I would say too, it's sometimes it's neighborhood specific.
Yeah.
I mean, this market can get down to a specific neighborhood and what the demand is for that neighborhood, that condo building. It's not all the same.
Right.
Some neighborhoods are more popular than others, and that's just the way it is.
Correct.
Some neighborhoods just sell better.
Yeah. So if you have any, when you're navigating and there's a lot. One thing about this market is there's just a lot to take in. There's a lot of different areas, a lot of different condos, a lot of different neighborhoods, single-family neighborhoods. We have guides for neighborhoods. So if you're interested in Lakewood Ranch, we've got a neighborhood guide for single-family homes. We've got a guide for condos. Here's an example of one. And it basically just gives you a real quick summary of the name of the condo, how many condos are in the unit, in the complex, the year built, some of the more amenities, not all of them, but some of the main ones, and the average price range for 2024.
What's the price range been so far in 2024?
Yeah, so we've got, we've got probably about 15 guides, Lakewood Ranch, Palmer Ranch, condos, downtown. So
condos with boat docks, pet-friendly beach condos.
You name it. So if you're interested in one of those guides, check in our description below. I got a link where you can select a guide that's interesting to you, and then you can see the summary. Now we have a page on a web page for every single one of these communities. So all you got to do is just look on the front of the guide for the link to where it will bring you to, and where you can see all of these communities, just like we were doing a little bit earlier in the video. So that is that. If there's, let me see if there's anything else. I think that's about it. Let me check and see if there's anything else here. Hang on. I was going to try and go to our YouTube page and see if I have any other questions, comments, things like that. But I think we're good. Do you guys have any questions at all that you want to throw in the video here? I can answer, Cheryl, I can answer them for you now. And I don't see any. So it looks like that's it. That is, if you have any other questions, though, please do fill out, question. Hit the question box on our website, and we'll get that, and we will either follow up with you one-on-one on a phone call, or we can answer it in our next video.
Yeah. If anybody has any ideas of what they'd like to hear us talk about, whether you want us to talk about the islands, or you want us to talk about downtown, or Lakewood Ranch, or anything like that, we're open. We can, God, in my sleep.
That's no joke.
No joke.
That is no joke. All right, well, that's it for this live stream. Thanks for joining us. That's Bill and Cheryl McCue from the Sarasota Homes Group, and we will see you on the next one.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, hope to hear from you.